Today I'm changing the stock exhaust mufflers on my 2015 Harley Fat Bob because the stock mufflers just don't have that deep throaty sound that we all know and love of the old school Harleys. They're restricted to EPA noise reduction standards, and that's why the Harley installs these, to comply with those laws and regulations. But I just, we all love the sound of the old school Harleys, and that's what I want on my bike. So I've purchased some aftermarket slip-on mufflers from Cycle Shack, and I'm going to change those out and see what kind of difference it makes. Now the first thing we're going to do is loosen up the exhaust pipe heat shields, which are simple radiator type clamps, and all you need is a screwdriver to loosen those, and they're pretty easily to identify. They're on the inside of the pipe, and they've got a straight slot screw head on them. So I'm just going to use a standard screwdriver and loosen those up, and hopefully be able to slide the heat shield out of the way so I can get to the muffler clamps, and then remove the mufflers. Okay, I have the three heat shield clamps loosened. One of them right here, one here, and the other one here. They're all real easy to get to. All I did was loosen those up so that I can now have some flexibility in the heat shield, so that when I loosen the muffler clamps, one located here on the top and one directly below it, loosen those up, and then remove the mounting bracket bolt located right here by the rear foot peg, and I should be able to slide the mufflers right off. Okay, I have the muffler clamps loosened here. There's another one directly below, and I have the mounting bracket bolt removed. I'm also going to take out the bolt that connects both top and bottom mufflers out, so that I have a little more flexibility in sliding the mufflers out, because I think it's going to take some work to wiggle those loose and get them off the header pipes. Okay, I have the mufflers removed from the header pipes. It took a little bit of effort pulling from the rear and wiggling them back and forth a little bit, but they slid off. I'd like to emphasize you don't need to beat on them with a hammer or use a crowbar to pry them off. Just be patient, pull from the rear and wiggle back and forth, and they will come off. Just make sure you got your muffler clamps loosened up all the way so that there's no binding there. These are the aftermarket slip-on mufflers I bought for my Harley Fat Bob. They're Cycle Shack SS side slash mufflers. They, for the money, I was a little bit skeptical about the quality of these, but after getting them and looking at them, they are very good quality mufflers. Heavy gauge metal, the chrome on them looks good. We'll see how that holds up after time and weather, but they look like a really good quality product made right here in the USA, so I like that as well. They come with all the necessary hardware and instruction sheet, and so now I'm going to get these ready to install on the header pipes. Alright, so I have the mounting hardware installed on both the slip-on mufflers, ready for install. One thing I'd like to point out is you go ahead and tighten these two bolts here. Also, I used Loctite thread compound on the bolts. These bolts here I'm leaving loose until I get them installed on the bike, so that if I need to move them around or adjust them in some way, I can do that, and then tighten them up once they're installed on the bike. Okay, I initially thought the best way to install these mufflers would be to pair them together and then slide them on with the hardware loose and then tighten up everything once I got them on. Well, as with many things, that doesn't always turn out to be the best way to do things. So I actually found installing the top muffler first and tightening all the mounting brackets there. And now I'm going to install the bottom muffler and install the mounting hardware for that and then tighten that up. It just turned out to be an easier way to do things. Alright, got the new pipes installed and getting ready to start it up for the first time and take it for a test drive, see how it does.